Yeah, that's some head bopping music.
Evan Phillips to the IL. This stinks.
Yeah. Tommy John. Listen, we were hoping. We were all hopeful that it wouldn't be that he would have to undergo the knife to get Tommy John. But we saw that initial headline when it came out. Like, hey,
no, you said it. You said it. You sent us a text on our Dodgers territory thread too, just recently when they signed Edwin Diaz from the Cincinnati Reds. You're like, what says Alexis? I'm sorry, Alexis. I wish it was Edwin Diaz. Anyway, what says speak Rizzo? What says Evan Phillips is having Tommy John surgery more than this when they signed Alexis Diaz from the Cincinnati Reds? And sure enough, 2 days later, there we go. Evan Phillips is headed even longer on the IL. He was obviously already there. The Tommy John surgery, as we feared. And also Tyler Glasnow moved to the 60-day DL, which Clint, that's just semantics. We knew he's already been out for 60 days, and that's just semantics. So it doesn't mean anything differently for Glasnow, but it was made official.
Yeah, and at least in terms of when he's going to come back and be available to pitch for this team, it's more of just, I wouldn't say a bad look, but it's a look that, given his tenure as a Dodger so far, has been very marred by injury. To see him go to the 60-day IL, people who maybe aren't paying as much attention day in, day out, that's just going to be like one of those, see, this guy is always hurt. He's not there for the team, yada, yada. But no, it's procedural move. They need roster space. And my God, they have so many people in the 60-day IL right now. It's insane.
It's stupid. So does that mean reinforcements are coming? Let's talk about that. I mean, I feel like Michael Kopech has had 79 rehab assignments. I feel like he's had 79 rehab outings. I mean, he's bound to be back, this week, perhaps? This series? Next series?
I think that's the goal. That's the goal here. The latest from Sonia Chen, who covers Dodgers for MLB.com. Another one. We also lost Luis Garcia, who I have to be mean to him for the narrative. So it's a great move, but also secretly he's been pretty decent for the team. But the expectation is we could see Michael Kopech back. I think they're going to he's making one more rehab outing at AAA Oklahoma City this week. And also good news in the Kirby Yates front, where maybe that hamstring wasn't as bad of an injury, which is something even Mark Pryor had told us when we chatted with him a couple weeks ago. Just as Mark said, it's just him being old, being 38, 39 years old. But yeah, I mean, to get Kopech and Yates back, that would be a massive addition for this team, to get some adults at the back end of that bullpen in leverage position. So it's not just Ben Kasparius being the one dude that it's like, hey, this is a kid that is shouldering a lot of load for this team, and he could use some help.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think that's part of the reason why Luis Garcia is kind of hurt now too, is he was shouldering a lot of and I hate to say it, but a lot of those garbage innings for this club. But I mean, you have to have a guy in the bullpen that can do that for you, and that role is just as important as it is to be a closer. I mean, over the stretch of a season, you need guys that can get those outs and eat those innings when you're in bad spots. And Showtime LA, thanks for being a part of the chat here on Dodgers territory. Emmett Sheehan will be the Knack replacement, big time stuff. I hope so. I hope that Kopech comes back soon. I hope that Yates is back soon as well and effective. It will be great to get Emmett Sheehan back.
Emmett Sheehan, I think a lot of people sleeping on Emmett Sheehan, by the way.
Yeah. You've been big on him for a long time. What do you like about him? What do you like about his stuff?
Well, when he's healthy, I like the fact that he could be healthy, but he's somebody who's got a plus fastball and some good breaking pitches that play off of it. Admittedly, I haven't seen him since the end of 23, so it has been a while since we've taken him to Emmett's Fix-It Shop, and that's a Simpsons reference for everybody who's paying attention. But yeah, he's just another quality arm that this team desperately needs right now, because the next injury's coming. It's any moment. That's just how it goes. Henry saying in the chat here, by the way, touching 97, 98 in Oklahoma City is our guy, the Emmett Sheehan.
He did not touch it. He talk-you-headed it. Talk-you-headed it. You said you haven't seen Emmett Sheehan in a long time. How about you have, we haven't seen? Dustin May in June. That's about to happen.
Ever? Yeah, as part of this Mets series that's coming up. Of course, we got where's my button for that? There we go. Our friend Bill Plunkett giving us the probables for the series, and I'm circling that Dustin May start tonight because it will be the first time as a major leaguer that Dustin May has made an appearance in the month of June, which is ridiculous when you consider he made his major league debut all the way back in 2019. But with injuries, with, of course, the 2020 season starting late because of COVID and the 60-game season. And, summer camp happened there in the month of June before the season resumed or got underway in the month of July. It's just insane, the fact that this dude has been around for this long. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
I couldn't believe when you put that in the rundown. I was like, you got to be kidding me. By the way, Henry, I'm just messing with you, my friend. Thanks for being a part of the chat. And EB, go away. I don't know who you are, but go away. So it'll be fun to see, obviously, Dustin May get out there in June. I'm sure that nobody's more pleased with that than him. Obviously, he wants to stay healthy. He had a very scary time with the whole esophagus issue, and it was very, very dangerous. Let's talk about this Mets preview, part 2. Shall we?
Let's do that.
This is a team, obviously, that is good, right? They have a 1-game lead in the NL East. So I love these types of matchups when you have 2 division winners going head-to-head. Again, a pair of division leaders facing off. The Mets got the better of the Dodgers when the teams met last week in Queens. That was not that long ago. They won 2 of 3 of those games. But the Dodgers lead Major League Baseball in runs per game. The Mets lead in ERA. The Mets held Shohei Ohtani to just 2 hits in the last series. So hopefully Shohei can have a better showing against the Mets this time than he did last time. But this is fun. A year ago on Monday, Clint, on June 2nd, 2024, the Mets had a 24-35 record. But over the last 365 days, so over the course of a year, they've been the top team in Major League Baseball, 1 spot ahead of the reigning champion Dodgers. So talk about parity, right? Talk about how good these 2 teams are going head to head. They have a good lineup. They have the best starting pitching staff in the bigs. This will be a good test. I enjoy it. I like the fact that we're at home, perhaps that we can repay the favor, but I always enjoy having these types of good series in the regular season to kind of get you prepped for the postseason. Again, very well could be an opponent in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean,
I would have appreciated if there was a little bit more space between the 2 series, but we didn't really get that luck here apparently. But yeah, Mets are very good. Dodgers are very good. It's good for baseball to have these 2 teams playing. Sorry, I'm half distracted here because we got breaking news happening now. Here during the show. I was trying to put a graphic together in the middle of it, but the Dodgers are apparently acquiring right-handed reliever Will Klein for lefty pitcher Joe Jacques, who's been pitching at AAA, I believe, so far. Listen, Andrew. He's going out there and trying to find some dudes. I don't know much about Will Klein. I think he's one of those guys that the Mariners have kind of leaned on at different points in time to be an option in the bullpen, but Dodgers bring another what do they call them? A reclamation project to LA, along with I guess we didn't even talk about Alexis Diaz here on that deal here on the show. What do you think of the Alexis Diaz? I don't know.
I mean, it's so tough to say when you're coming from a team that's not that good. It's like I don't know. I mean, the Reds are bad. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know that. I don't know, but you just mentioned it, reclamation project, right? Yeah. I mean, there's something about the Dodgers, whether it's because these guys don't have to be the dude and carry the weight by themselves, or it's just because of the coaching staff or the culture or whatever it is, but guys seem to be able to reinvent themselves here and just stick to what got him to the big leagues and have success. So perhaps, again, cliche, but that change of scenery, maybe that helps Alexis Diaz. But the Dodgers need bullpen help, and that's absolutely a fact. With Blake Trinan out, obviously, Evan Phillips gone for the rest of this year, part of 2026. Vesia hasn't been great. Tanner Scott hasn't been great. We still don't have Kirby Yates, Kopech, all the things. It can't be Ben Kasparius, and that's it. You know what I mean? So I get it. You're trying to look for guys that you can figure out a way that they're going to fit within the mold of what the Dodgers have going on.
Okay, so Klein, I was off about him. He is somebody, he made his debut last year, looks like with the Royals, spent some time also with the Oakland Athletics, posted an 11 ERA in 8 games last year in his first cup of coffee as a big leaguer. And at the minor league level, we have a 5.34 career ERA. He's somebody who's mostly pitched in relief. Not anybody, maybe more AAA depth than anything like that, but hey, another arm for your Los Angeles Dodgers.
Honestly, maybe it's not. He's not expensive, so maybe it's something that you're just trying to. We need healthy arms right now. We need people that can just throw and eat up some innings. I mean, that's I think part of what this move is about. Is like we don't have a lot of healthy bullpen arms. And again, our starting pitchers are not going deep into the ball game. So you're relying on a bullpen that's already tired, and it's June 2nd. So I think that's the biggest part of, what this is. Speaking of starting pitching, Blake Snell is trending. He's told our own David Vassay, who does a great job on AM 570, friend of the show, that he's up to 120 feet and throwing without pain. I love that phrase, without pain. That's big.
Yeah, I listened to the clip. You guys should check it out. Of course, listen to DV on Dodger Talk just about every day. But Snell had mentioned that he, was throwing some flat ground, 120 feet with the Yankees in town, and seeing all the star-studded people, seeing the Fox crew there, and seeing these Hall of Famers. And he's like, I really want you want to just let it eat when you're out there. You have to tell yourself, calm down. This is not about right now. We're trying to get to a point where we're healthy and can come back and help this team out. But he said he's expecting all things are, if it trends the correct way, we're expecting to get him off a mound in the upcoming San Diego series. Which, by the way, do you know the Dodgers and the Padres can play baseball against each other?
Did you know? I didn't think so. I thought that was only in the NLDS. I cannot believe we have not seen the Padres yet. So again, June's going to be good, right? I don't know what happened to May. I blinked and it was over. But here we are on June 2nd. It is also Lou Gehrig Day. We'll talk about that coming up in a little bit. But yeah, here we go. It'll be great to see what they do again against the Mets, possible postseason opponent. And then they're done with the Mets this year until the postseason, perhaps. But yeah, looking forward to that June series as well with the San Diego Padres. It would be great if Blake